Hello fellow comic bookworms, this is Man. Welcome to my channel. Today, sadly, I'm going to look at my failed spec books from 1970s, 74, 79. These guys are still worth nothing. And I actually speculated on them. Yeah, maybe I should eat these guys. Well, let's dig into it.
Let them be crushed.
On my last original collection video, I showed you guys the Warlord from DC, my Grizz Warlord. Today I'm going to show you Marvel's Warlord, John Carter, Warlord of Mars. I'm calling these guys spec book because I bought issue number 1 and I bought issue number 2. When I'm speculating on something, I buy 2 issues, you know, because I'm thinking, hey, they're going to make a movie out of these guys, and one day these guys will become very valuable. So this is mind of a 12-year-old boy, okay?
When I saw you, I believed that something new can come into this world.
And I say, yeah, I think so. Then I do buy 1, 2, and 3. I don't know what happened to issue number 3. I even bought the giant size version, or king size. Yeah, king size annual version. And later on, I made sure I get these because I knew these were coming out. I made sure I just hunt the, you know, the rack, the convenience store. Then later on, I will just buy them when they come out, 8 and 10. I make sure 1, 2, 3 was, I got hold of it. So this is one speculation book that I had when I was a kid. Another one was Tarzan.
You are Lord of the Apes, King of the Jungle. Tarzan. Tarzan.
Issue number 1. Again, issue number 1, 2. I got issue 2, issue 3, and even got the king size annual. Right? So that's a 2 spec book. Now, I already knew about Edgar Rice Burroughs since I was in Korea when I didn't speak English, and only thing I knew how to read is Korean. I already knew about Edgar Rice Burroughs. They had a in Korea they had this magazine that my mom bought me. It's an annual magazine. I mean, no, monthly magazine. She would buy for me, and it had a whole bunch of anthologies of comic book stories. And Tarzan, John Carter, Warlord Mar was there in Korean version. And yeah, I haven't read the books my mom bought. Make sure she bought me these adult books after she introduced me to comic book characters. So I will read those books in Korean. But I forgot, of course, every one of those guys. I probably need to read those things again. But when I found out they had these they were coming out like this, I said, hey, they're gonna make a movie about these guys. Well, they already made a whole bunch of TV movies about Tarzan. I said they're gonna make a really good one.
He's Tarzan. You're Jane. He'll come for you.
It's gonna be so popular that this comic book will be worth a lot of money. This is I hardly spoke the language, and I was still speculating on comic books back then. Now I do have a Doc Savage to show you. This is a real speculation because this is something that my friend introduced me to. I have a giant size Doc Savage number 1. I actually had to mail order these. I didn't even get it from the where is it, stores, convenience stores, and I actually had to pay more than cover price for these guys because I had to mail order them. and so I couldn't buy like a whole bunch of version of it like this one. Buying two was a whole bunch for me at that time at age of 12. There's one, two, three, and four. Now I had an interesting argument with some people that when I mentioned that Doc Savage is the first Batman, they say no, he's actually the first Superman. I'm saying, well, okay, well he could be Superman because his name was Clark Savage. His name was Clark Savage, and he was called Man of Bronze instead of Man of Steel. So he could be first Superman, but I call him first Batman because he had a bat cave before Batman did. He had a cave. He did have a bunch of teams that he worked with, so it could be first team superheroes. But the other people were smart people. They didn't necessarily. He was smart and he had the strength. He was trained and he could be even be have some modification to his physique, scientific modification to it. I'm not sure. I have to read this again. But he had his own submarine and Batmobile type stuff, Batcopter stuff. He had all that way before Batman ever existed in a Pulp Fiction magazines, right? So he had all that. So he could be first Batman in my book. Edgar Rice Burroughs is before these guys, and I say this is for Superman because he went from planet to have the advantage. He went from Earth to Mars. He went from Earth's gravity to Mars gravity. That's why he could jump, high jumps. And that was his unfair advantage he had over the Martians. So that's why he could become a superhuman being at Mars because of a gravity change, right? Yeah. He had advantage, physical advantage, all that because his father was wealthy. Oh yeah, he was also wealthy. Like a Batman, Bruce Wayne, Wayne Corporation. He was that wealthy too. So I equate him to Batman, and I equate John Connor to Superman. That's how I look at it. Anyway, whole point of this thing is that hey, at age of 12, I was able to predict that all these comic books would have a movie coming out, right? This is with the help of a friend though. Joe helped me, I say, hey, this is a really good book. You need to buy them. They're gonna probably make a movie about this, and I say, I looked at it and I go, okay, yeah. Then a year or two later, it did become a movie.
When you're all doomed to die a horrible death.
We're all doomed to die a horrible death.
When you're in that kind of trouble, who do you call on?
Doc Savage, Doc Savage, Doc Savage, Doc Savage.
Matter of fact, the person who played Tarzan every Saturday morning, I forgot his name. I want to say something low. I'll put down here if I remember. Anyway, he played Tarzan normally, and he became a Doc Savage for one movie. It failed. I didn't like it. Only superhero thing he did was dig a bullet out of the wall. That's it. I'm going, oh, come on, man. That's the only special effect I got out of the superhero movie. So I was really disappointed in that movie. Of course, Disney spent tons of money making John Carter movie, and it flopped, sadly. If it succeeded, maybe this book would be worth something nowadays. I watched that movie just the other day, and it wasn't so bad. It wasn't that bad. I thought it was pretty entertaining, but they spent over 300 million, and they couldn't even recover 300 million. So now, all that said, because I say these are going to become movie, I'm thinking they're going to make a movie about this warlords. Someday they will make a movie about that warlord, I think. I'm looking forward to that movie. I hope they don't fail like this one did. I hope they don't feel like this one did. I mean, they actually Tarzan, Disney Tarzan, they made a movie, but I don't think it was based on. It's not based on comic book because at the time Disney didn't have Marvel, but and everybody had Tarzan. DC had a Tarzan. I think even DC had a Dark Savage as well. Dark Horse had a Dark Savage. So it's convoluted like that. So it is what it is, I guess. I speculated on the wrong thing. So what is the lesson in 40 years that I learned? That it's just because they make movie about them, don't mean they're gonna become a valuable comic books. That's the lesson I learned in 40 years, over 40 years. Anyway, till next time. Namin out.